Hello, everyone. Hi, I greet you from wherever you are. I'm Anya, I'm an Akashic reader, a channel, and today I want to talk with you about how do we know that we are on our highest timeline? So the reason why people ask this, and I found myself frequently asking this, is this really my highest timeline? How can this be my highest timeline? Is because when life throws adversity at us, when we find ourselves in situations that are really uncomfortable, hard to do, when we don't have the energy to meet our challenges sometimes, or when we have difficult relationships at work, at home, with our life partners, children, friends, there's so many possibilities that we can encounter situations where we feel this cannot be my highest timeline. And how can we exit this? How can we shift into it? How can we find it? And how can we know for sure that we are on our highest timeline and be able to unfold our highest potential? So, valid question, right? The answer from Spirit was so obvious, so easy, plain and simple. And I wish sometimes you feel so dumb when you ask these questions to Spirit, because for us, of course, it's an essential. We want to make our lives easier. Spirit answers from their perspective, of course, and it's not what you expect. So listen for yourself.
With great pleasure, we are present in this moment with you. So, what you wanted to know was how can you be sure in your human form that you are, as you say, on the highest timeline for you? This is a well-concerned question. We hear this every now and then from your fellow humans. Isn't it funny that you're so concerned with being on the highest timeline that you do not really think about all those other timelines that you have already been on, the possibilities you already have? So in doing that, you're already separating and splitting the timelines and also selecting those that you deem higher and more proficient for you and those that you deem lower and less interesting or less proficient. So why is that? Do you really think that how can you be as a divine being? How can there be a timeline that is not worthy of you? How can there be a timeline that you deem unworthy because you are an essential part of this timeline, right? You're walking it, and by doing so, how can you not make it divine? How can you not make it your highest timeline? Because you are on it. So we want you to think different on that. You are already on your highest timeline because you are already embodying this life. You're already embodying the timeline you're on. And yes, you can make different decisions in life. They are left and right. They are all over the place, decisions for you to make. And you're well aware of this. And this is good. But think different on the highest timeline. What can it be? This is not something you decide by logical mind. And also, it is not something that is given to you or handed over to you by the universe or by God or your higher self. And you cannot ask for the highest timeline to appear out of nowhere. And everything then will fall into place. Everything will fall into, oh, this is quite easy for me. I know exactly what to do now because I'm on my highest timeline and nothing can happen to me anymore. That's not quite how it works. But how you feel with this overwhelm is because you're already too much in your logical mind and too little in the heart space. Take a deep breath. And by doing so, feel into your navel, into your solar plexus, and feel that you are embodying something. Please be aware that you are in a body and you are also this vast consciousness, but you are in a body right now, encapsulated, if you like, to be able and navigate Earth. Right? Let this sink in for a second. Let this sink in. What does it mean? It means you're in the physical. It means you're quite heavy and dense. You cannot be anywhere, everywhere, all at once. Usually, when you're out of the physical, you can be everything, experiencing everything simultaneously. You have all the possibilities already in your fingertips. You already know how this will fold out. It's easy for you, right? So you know the future, the past, the present, and all these intertwinings already. It's so easy for you to see it. So easy for you. You don't need to be embodying them. But what comes from embodying is exactly this, the finding your way in the mud, through the jungle, if you like. So there are so many possibilities. You're so easily confused because you don't have the past. Well, you have it to a very, very short extent. You know about the 5 minutes behind you, or the 40 years behind you, the 60 years behind you, depending on how old you are. But usually you don't know the rest of it. And usually you cannot see into all these different lives, into all these different realities, the galaxies, the star systems, and the lives of your neighbors, your partners, your children, right? They come also with vast experiences. And this is not something you have close to you, revealed to you in any way. And you're also seeking for what makes my life easier on earth? How can I navigate this so it is not so hard all the time? And we will give you a hint. The highest timeline is what you create. And I know this sounds, right? Because it's not clear to you. What does it mean? The energy you bring into your highest timeline is what makes it the highest timeline. So let's say you have it quite hard at the moment. You are ill, or you have financial worries, you have just lost someone dear to your heart, you are behind a breakup, and you are quite lost. And you think, oh, this cannot be my highest timeline. Or you are in a relationship that is quite difficult for you to navigate. How can this be my highest timeline? Well, it can be your highest timeline because you're already on it. So the second you are entering reality, the second you are entering, this is not even the millisecond, the moment, let's be the present moment is our highest timeline, right? And the second, you know what I want to say, the moment you're entering this. Right now is your highest timeline. Please, what you can do to make it even more breathable for you is bring all those energy, all those divine love for this moment. Yes, sometimes it's difficult. Yes, sometimes you ache. Yes, sometimes there is pain and struggle. But it is how you meet this pain, how you meet this struggle. And we will say, you always have the power in you to meet any struggle and any pain and any difficulty in life. Because it is you who created this in the first place. It was your choice. A while ago, let's say, a while ago, you made this choice for yourself. Sometimes consciously and sometimes unconsciously. Sometimes you know, well, I knew what I was getting myself into by taking on this job or going into this country or having a relationship with this person. I knew it, yet I did it, and now I'm unhappy. What can I do? But it is how you meet these struggles and how willing you are to experience it all. So while you are on earth, there will be moments, phases in life where it feels so hard and heavy, so dense, so undoable, so unbearable, so much pain. And you will ask yourself then, like, how can this be my highest time? Right? It does not feel easy. I'm not happy all the time. I don't know what to do. It's a struggle. This cannot be my highest time. It can be your highest timeline. It can be, and it will be, if you just bring the consciousness back into it by removing yourself from situations, by removing yourself and watching this separate from you, thinking this cannot be my highest time, and you're rejecting this. You're bringing a lot of rejecting into the situation, and then it becomes the struggle, then it becomes so much heaviness. But by being open for this opportunity to learn, for this opportunity, this invitation, to bring divinity, to bring light and love and all you know about all of this. You wanted to have this experience, so why not be open to it? Why not soak it up? Why not understand it from the inside, finally? Why not enlighten it? Why not bring the love? This is what we want you to understand. The highest timeline is the one you're on always. Yes, you can exit certain situations, and then you're on the highest timeline again. But every situation you encounter in life, and we mean every situation you encounter, is very much your highest timeline. And it is as much your highest timeline as you want it to be, as you bring it to the light, and as you lift it up. You can lift this up. You can enlighten it with love. You can bless it with your presence and say, this is my highest timeline. I'm here to do it. Let's tackle this job. This might be a very different view than what you were expecting from us or what you felt is true. We do not ask you to take on our views, of course. Never. But we want to ask you just to embrace this view and feel into it. Just embody it for a second and feel into this. How does it feel when you have difficulties at hand and you just ask, please universe, please higher self, please whoever you want to pray to, God, please give me the strength to carry through, to master this, to be present in my divinity here. See how this will change all your reality. That's all we ask. Any more questions? Easy, right? Spirit always makes it sound so easy. All right, so what I love about this and what feels comforting to me personally is that we can all do it. We are made to do this. We are designed in our human selves to tackle the job, they said. And that means that we chose to be this way. We chose this personality. We chose this status in life, this background, this family background also, not only social background, but we chose all this external circumstance to be able to meet the challenge we were set to meet. And we make it complicated by watching this only from our separated view as us, and we watch only the results on earth. What we truly do not feel, I guess, most of the time, because we do not have out-of-body experiences all the time. We do not time travel, all of us at least. So we do not feel in ourselves that this is true. The vastness of the consciousness that we truly are is something we mostly understand via the logical mind, if you can accept this fact, of course. So I feel when I was a child, this fact was much more, or this inner knowledge was much more true to my heart or dear to my heart. I was immortal. I knew it. I was able to tackle many things. I was really powerful. I felt this as a child much more than I feel it now as an adult. I've lost the trust in myself due to life, you know. And I also think that it's not always easy when we find ourselves comparing each other. And of course we do that as humans. But this person has it easy. By contrast, we compare, right? And we think they have so much money, they have so much health, they have so much freedom. I don't. And how can this be my highest timeline? And how can this be theirs? And we forget that we set out to experience something. And this might be very, very, very different from each other. So what your soul needs to experience is your life as you. And I feel like I only just understood this via this channeling, that when they say, we want you to be you,
They say this often, almost in every channeling. I only now understood that they truly meant us in our wholeness, in our vast consciousness. They want us to bring through all of these aspects. And not just me as Anya, as a person, but they want us to integrate as much as we can and hold this vibration and energy as much as we possibly can in this consciousness as us now in the bodies. And this will make a difference. So I do think from now on, this will change my life because I will now feel I'm on the right track, whatever I do, whatever difficulty I feel is meeting me or I have to meet, right? I will bring or try to bring this energy that I'm excited about it, that I'm fully capable of doing it, and I try to be as open and as little or offer as little resistance as I can. So this is my plan going forward. Having the trust that this is my highest timeline really lifts a lot of weight from me because I feel I don't have to pursue anything because I'm already on it. And it also gives us a lot of self-worth, reminding us of our own divinity, of our own divine heritage. We are the light that we bring. We are the value that we add to this life. Isn't this a beautiful thought? I really like this. It really gives me some hope and also trust in myself. All right, so this was this week's channeling. I hope it brought you a new perspective, maybe also some trust and love for yourself. And I see you next Friday. Bye.